Hola, hola, ¿cómo están? Bueno, bienvenidos a este etercoding, si no me equivoco, el tercer episodio de esta segunda temporada. Muchas gracias por sumarse, muchas gracias a los que vienen viéndonos desde la temporada anterior. Hoy va a ser una edición especial, no vamos a estar codeando como hacemos en general. Hoy tenemos un invitado muy especial que es Alex Kikuchi de Unity, que nos va a estar en principio mostrando el roadmap de Unity 2021, un par de novedades, y después voy a estar haciéndole un par de preguntas que estuvimos pensando con mis compañeros de etermax sobre Unity y algunas sobre su carrera, personales sobre él y cómo le va en su trabajo de hoy en día. Así que bueno, el único comentario que voy a hacer es, la charla de hoy va a ser toda en inglés, así que si no manejan en inglés muy bien, no se preocupen que después en el video que queda publicado en nuestro YouTube van a estar los subtítulos. Así que bueno, igual si quieren dejar preguntas en el chat las pueden hacer en castellano y yo las traduzco para hacérselas a Alex. Y bueno, eso es todo. Ahora le vamos a dar entrada a él, así nos saluda. Hi Alex, how are you?
Hello, hola, Vale, ¿cómo estás?
Bien, bien. Gracias.
Okay,
Okay, thank you for being here. You are always welcome to join etermax in all of our events. And we are very grateful with you of joining to the etercoding. That something
oh,
we love doing.
oh yeah, no, it's a pleasure to be here, really, and I miss everyone, from etermax, from Argentina. Uh, the reason for me not really trying to go with Spanish right now, it's I've been using English a lot and Spanish just a little bit, so maybe people will not understand me, so that's why for now just stay with English. But everything's fine here. Thank you. And again, it's really nice to be here with you.
Okay, thank you. I was telling the public that after the live transmission ends, we will keep the video on YouTube and we will put the captions so everyone will be able
Oh, I
to
got that.
understand. Oh,
I
nice.
could understand that.
Nice. So you're not so bad with the Spanish.
Oh, I can understand. Speaking now, it's more difficult right now. Yeah.
Okay, okay. Well, if you want, you can start your presentation when you want. I will share your screen and
Yep.
you
Thank
can
you.
start.
Okay.
See
Thank
you in
you.
a while.
Gracias. Okay. Hello everyone again. I would try to speak slowly in English. Some words maybe I can try to do in Spanish, but let's see. Also, this presentation would be quick, so don't worry. I don't want to go into really deep technical stuff. We can also maybe schedule some other things, some other talk, going more deep with technical, on Unity. So my name is Alexandre. Everyone can call me Alex. Right now, I'm the head of developer advocates for Unity for the Americas teams and working with games. So this presentation, I want to discuss just a little bit about what's coming for Unity 2021. But mostly, we are having GDC this week. So I also would like to invite you all to be checking our blog channels. Unity is sponsoring the GDC this year. We have a big, booth. Of course, it's all online, so don't worry. But we have many experts there, so feel free to go in there. And if you have any questions, also you can always come back to me. Okay, it's very easy to find me on every kind of social network, LinkedIn, Facebook, or Twitter. Okay, so for Unity 2021, there's something I always like to start, especially during the beginning of the year, is mention that we really and Unity we really believe the world is a better place with more creators on it in it. And why that? Why we believe in that. At Unity, not only all the collaborators that work in there, all the great people working every day in the technology, in the business side, in the operation or create. We believe that if we have more creators, not only creating experiences, but also playing games and sharing the experience with us, the world would be a better place. So this philosophy is always centering around serving creators and beating heart. It's the beating heart of our company. It motivates every and each one of us. And my team is especially, I always like to comment and talk about my team because we talk with a lot of developers. We talk with the community directly, and it doesn't matter if you're indie, if you're small, if you're alone, a solo developer, or a big company. We always like to share all the news and help you in every way we can. So always feel free to get in touch with us. And yeah, so these are the best people that I'm working with, and I'm sure we would love to hear your feedback. So Unity also is leading the way to the future. So that means like, for example, mobile games are among the most technically challenging forms of media to create from a technical and also engineering standpoint. They are complicated to build, right? Games are complicated to build overall, but we are making that easy. And I think if you see from the community, the number of developers using Unity right now, the number of games being released, I think that can show the true power, not only of the community, but also the technology that we are creating for you. So 3D means that, unlike in a movie, a character or object, fully 3D, mean that we not only can see the front of the character, but also can move around and view the character from the other side. So also not the power of 3D, but Unity is evolving all the technology to be able to let you create the latest game, the latest and best games also in 2D and any kind of interactive media. Also, so how does the power of real-time 3D, this is something I want to quickly discuss with you today, translates into creating and operating some of the best content in the world. So Unity is a comprehensive real-time 3D platform right now. We give anyone around the world the tools and technology to create the solutions and to operate so they can succeed in the real world. With Unity runtime engine being the connective issue that brings the platform together. So that means we have these two sides, create and operate. I'm going to very quickly and discuss about those two. And being games does not mean you have only one way. You can create. After create, you can operate. How are we going to monetize? How are we going to engage with your community, with your end users? How are we going to keep the service into your game and keep everything running smoothly with quality and without any technical problems? So first of all, anyone can use Unity, to create using world-class tools and workflows, and we provide those tools. So for even brand new creators or people just getting started, or even advanced developers and big companies striving for AAA fidelity. And experienced coders can work close to the metal. I mean, while casual creators can build game with our Vision scripting interface, you can also use our internal scripting, with C# and develop any kind of experience you can create. And the best part is, and personally, this is one of the things I really like about Unity, is how easy you can integrate different technology, different kind of solutions and platforms into Unity. And that what I think it makes one of the points that makes it very special. So create. Unity right now, it's a company born from gaming, right? So more than 70%. The last number that I had was a little bit lower, but now we are bigger, we are stronger, right? As not only as a company, but with the community. So more than 70% of the top 10,000 the top 1,000 mobile games in Q4 of 2020 were made with Unity, and that is a massive number. That is like if you're into game development, probably, and if you're not using Unity, probably someone that is using Unity or created some kind of experience. So if you check this picture, Among Us, Cube Surfer, Scribble Rider, Magic Tiles 3, I know etermax has some titles with us, and it's really fun. I need to talk with Vale about this later because I have some ideas, about their games. So it's amazing to see what the community has been creating for not only the last year but the last 5 years. I'm using Unity personally for 10 years now, and it's great to see how it evolved. You know, what we can do with this platform, especially starting from the beginning as a solo developer, and so yeah, it's really great to see all those titles being released. And not only that, so we've reached new heights with next gen consoles. So even like for this next generation, Unity is working very closely with Sony, Microsoft, Nintendo, to be able to not only deliver you high quality tools, but make sure what you are actually creating is going to run smoothly in those new platforms. So even like for the new PS5, the Xbox Series, during their launch, during their release, there were uh, uh, there were already titles made with Unity coming right at the launch. So this was really a great achievement. And one of the launches, if I remember, I have here on my notes, it was from a solo developer, but released it to the Xbox Series. So yeah, this is one of the things I really love to talking about. So it's not just for big companies, it's for you indie, it's for you that developer that wants to create your experience, that wants to tell your story, wants to create different kind of gameplays, using a very high quality tool and a platform that will enable you success. And well, talking about Switch, over half of the Switch titles now are made with Unity. So those are some of the titles. And I'm sure you've heard about some of them, or at least you know. And there's no real secret behind those. Those developers, they are working very hard, and they can trust Unity, they can trust our technology. And I believe this is also one of the strongest points that made all these developers to choose Unity for their next game. And yeah, we're gaining momentum in different verticals as well. So those are a few companies that are using Unity for different kind of experiences. Today, I'm not going to talk about them. I'm very focused on the gaming vertical. So anything about games, we can talk today, or also later if you want to get in touch. But we do have other verticals with Unity, and actually they are very strong. So if you want to know more, check our page, and you can also get in touch with me. I can point you to the right direction or to the right person, and we can discuss more. Okay, so just know that even if you don't know how to get started in games or in the game industry, maybe you have other alternatives. You have other ways to get started, maybe in different industries, different verticals. Like maybe creating some kind of I don't know, serious apps or apps that interacts with some kind of interactive media. I don't know. There is always a way for you to get started in the any kind of this industry, any kind of technology using Unity right now. And yeah, very fast. I think this is very famous already. So if you don't know, Unity can publish to more than 20 platforms. So all these amazing technology, all these amazing platforms that is available in the industry, Unity can publish to it. And well, more than one time, if you have one project, you can pretty much work and publish using the same project for those different platforms. So I've talked a little bit about Create, how the tools or how you can create games, or how to get started. But now we have also the operate side of this whole gaming and the game industry business. So also real-time 3D experiences live, we also provide a value after the creative experience to help you to operate in the real world. But what I mean with that, so operate with Unity allows you to not only monetize, but also engage, grow, and acquire new valuable users, especially with Unity ads. And you can connect your game and scale to use with our backend solutions. We have many examples, around the world. So those are a few titles that actually they are part of the Unity family. They are using our operating solutions like League of Legends, Apex, Rainbow Six, Rogue Company. They are all using one of our operating solutions. And just I believe 1 year ago, yeah, League of Legends, they reported, if I remember also from my notes, more than 10 million, yeah, that's right, 10 million active voice users from more than 170 countries. They are using like together more than 50 million voice conversations per week. Imagine what you had to what you had to do, or the structure that you need. You need not only a trustful partner, but also a platform that can deliver this amount, not only content but quality for your product, for your game. So that's why they're trusting Unity right now, and there are so many examples. So be sure that you can also trust Unity on the operating side as well. And also something I'm really happy to see this to see it happening. It started last year. So Unity is supporting a lot of Unities through what we call game growth program. So that means like if you have a free mobile game, free to play mobile game, Unity can help you to acquire new users, become a partner from your product, and help you grow and scale. Okay, that means like if you're developing a mobile game, one of the biggest challenges you face is not only user acquisition, but how to keep your game operating with quality, with the latest latest updates, and how can you monetize on top of this. So Unity team with the game growth program can help you with that. It's a program that's of course it's happening this year, so be sure check our page. There's no point in me pasting links here, but on our page you can have more information about game growth. Anyone can submit your project as long as for now is if it's a free to play title and it has ads using Unity. Okay. If you have any questions, please also get in touch with me. I would love to get to explain more in depth what does that mean, what is the program, and explain for you or for your team how it works. So, and also strategic partnerships. Today we do have partnerships, with a lot of communities around the world. Not only companies and developers, but also like associations. We do have a partnership in Argentina, and then there are so much for us to do together. So if you have a community, if you're part of any association, we would love also to hear from you. And how does it work, like the Unity partnership ecosystem? So we do have partners not only in the community side, but also in the technology, with companies around the world to provide you the latest tools to let you always be up to date with all that is happening, with, as I told you, for example, Sony, Microsoft with that latest releases. So any company that is touching any kind of interactive media, we probably can support that. Okay, so platform managed delivery technology center of excellence. We have also many other programs, not only on the business side, but on the education side as well. Okay, so also if you're a university, if you're a school, you can use Unity, you can use one of our products and one of our services for sure. And quickly discussing about the core tech, this is what is one of the main points of what we are showing at GDC this year. So this part, I'll try to be very quick because if GDC is still going on, I'm sure we're going to find more news before it ends. And here, just two main things I would like to talk about. So first one, text string. So when you develop a project, it can be any project, but now especially we're talking about games, you need to be sure that you are using a product or a platform that's going to be supported at least for the next 6 months, or in the case of our long-term support, I'll explain about this, in the next 2 years. When I say text string, is that you are enabled and you can use our latest features, some pre-production projects, some some of the new technology we're developing, and we want the community to test, to see and give their feedback. So this is our text string that is available for 6 months. Every 6 months, we change this. And it's pretty much like for creators with projects that it's in pre-production, or those who want just, to test some of the latest features. And even test, what is coming, for the next months and the next years to come. So we do have this tech stream, and also we have what we call the LTS, or long-term support. If you have Unity already, or if you download Unity right now, you can check Unity Hub, and you be sure that you have always these versions to download from. Okay, so always like tech stream, beta test or alpha test, and also long-term support if you see the LTS. And we do recommend LTS for projects that are about to embark on projects that can is not on prototyping phase anymore, or is something that it can last many years to come. And so be sure that LTS is always the most stable version of Unity. Okay. And for the roadmap, one of the things I really like to discuss is about what is coming, especially for this year. We are talking a lot about one of the biggest main features coming, not coming because it's already available, but we are updating and making it better, is visual scripting. Okay, so it was both in the past. Right now we changed its the name now is visual scripting, and that means artists, programmers, game designers, they can start creating gameplay and inside Unity without coding. And by that I mean like not only connecting different nodes and creating gameplay experiences, but also you can connect different technologies. And I also would like to use an example that we are creating an internal project right now with different teams. And there are two guys in my team that they are artists and they want to help creating gameplay. So they start digging into visual scripting, and it's amazing what they did in just a few days. So it's very easy to get started with. It's powerful. It connects the entire editor to the hands of artists and designers, but also for programmers, especially if you would like to prototype something fast, or just test some different kind of gameplay and connect maybe with your code, maybe with some different service or input inside Unity. Okay, so we'll keep bringing all this consistency across our node-based development tools. So this will keep coming. Make sure to give it a go if you didn't see it already. And it's already available since last year, and this year we're going to make it better. Okay. The next point is graphics for sure. So, and not only of course for 3D, but also for 2D. So our scriptable handler pipeline is getting better and new updates. So for example, we have better ways to stabilize the high definition render pipeline. Even like the some of the limits you had with shadows, with light, this is already running much better with our new scripted handler pipelines. We have still two main ones, which is URP and HDRP. URP stands for Universal Render Pipeline. So we'll always make sure to use not for now, but it's better and easier for different teams to use Universal Render Pipeline for mobile games or games that are not too big, require less power of the hardware. And for next gen games or something that you really want to use as many quality and many different lights, the amount of lights in your scene, have the next level and the next generation, use HDRP, because of course that requires a bit more on the hardware. It has different features, but it can enable you to develop a lot of different kind of not quality. I don't like to say that because means real time or more realistic games does not mean better quality, but you can achieve a lot of realistic features using HDRP. Okay, and the last thing, but not least, is multiplayer networking. So I'm a big fan of networking, coding, networking games, and connecting players in our games. Unity is developing a solution internally, but also we have a new solution that is intended for game objects that it's already available, and we decided to do this with the community. So Unity acquired ML API, and then you can always already start getting using the solution to do some netcode in your game. But this is also going to be improved, and we do have I think I don't know if I'm allowed to say this, but there is a launch coming this month. So there is a new version of this netcode solution coming this month. So be sure that you have a good solution for the games, to be used with game objects. And why I'm saying game objects, because we do have a solution also being developed for dots, the next technology that we have. I'm not going to dive into dots right now, but we do have more coming for dots. So you'll be covered in those fronts, especially for network and multiplayer programming. And I'm saying this because I know a lot of developers, they don't know a lot about networking. They like, oh, what's going on, what Unity will have for the next years. And this is our answer. So we are really committed to delivery, full stack solutions for all genres and all platforms available. Okay, so more information on this for sure on GDC. We also released it, I think, yesterday or 2 days ago. I don't remember. Blog post explaining about some of these roadmap. Okay, for text string, I don't want to talk too much about this because with this actually we have a new text string already because the LTS got released this week, I believe, the 2020 LTS. So we are going to another text string starting this month. Okay, so I'm going to skip this part, but be sure that always, as I said, like every 6 months we have a new text string, and every year we have a new LTS version also to release. And Vale, I think this is some of the news I wanted to discuss and show to you. And as I said, since the GDC is still going on, there are more things coming. There are more updates that you can check on our website or in our GDC page. I just pasted the link here for the blog because it does has the last I think the last update from the GDC that we had this yesterday or 2 days ago. Okay, so be sure to check that. And yeah, feel free to get in touch with me to any questions. My team is going through some changes internally, so I'm not directly in content as much as I would, and with the community, with developers anymore. But I'm always available, to have a chat, to talk with you, to talk about, not only about Unity, but the game industry. Also, we have a Discord. I think, yeah, we also, I'm not running, but we do have a Discord in Argentina for Unity. I know some of you are in there because I've talked to some. And yeah, feel free to reach to me through these channels. Okay? I think this is it for now, Vale.
So I was going to copy the link to the Argentinian Discord because everyone that is hearing to this talk, I think
Nice.
they want to join the Discord, so I put it in the chat.
Oh yeah, thank you. And it's good because I think Discord, especially for community, sometimes they just forget about it. But we do have those channels. It's a good channel also to not only meet new people but to talk with developers, and you can have a lot of questions answered there.
Yeah, it's a nice community we have here in Argentina.
Nice.
I hope we can see each other soon because now it's everything virtual, but it's a nice community.
Yeah, no, it's great. I mean, I always have a great time, with you guys, with other developers, and I think this is the part we were talking internally. In my team at Unity, we were talking today about this, like how we miss those events, those meetings, and even I don't like to say that, but it doesn't matter sometimes even the presentation, but it's the contact, is the chat that we have, the good time about talking about the industry, about the experiences. Of course, drink something, or eating something, but it's always oh yes, that I miss that also. I really miss that, and yes, that's one of the things I really missing the most now.
Okay. Well, talking about that, I have before starting with the questions, I want to say that I love the setup you have there in your background.
This is my small
I love your office.
Yeah, I have
Yes,
a
here in
small
the
office
chat they
here.
say the food and the beer. We miss the food and the beer.
Oh yes, yes. And so this when people come to my home, they like, oh, this is the room from your kid. No, no, this is my room. This is not my son's room. It's
I
mine
love
because
it.
they see, yeah, this how do you call that in English? I call just uh, um bonequinhos in Portuguese. I don't know how do you call it in Spanish. Those little toys, the characters.
Um,
I don't know the name
Muñequitos.
in.
No.
Yeah, so people that just think this is from my son, but it's actually mine.
No, yes, I have a lot of muñequitos too. A lot of toys,
Uh,
but they are in front of me, so I can watch them while I'm working.
oh yeah, I've changed it just a few days ago about this setting.
Nice. Okay, well, so we were talking about the face-to-face events and how we miss that. So the first question was, when the whole COVID situation is over, do you plan to do face-to-face events again?
Yes, yes, for sure. We have plans, internally, not only for my team, but to get back to this. We don't believe it's going to be the same as it was before, because we do believe many things will change, especially that we are online. But I mean, it's always better face to face, right?
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
And in terms of um, this experiment of being all virtually, what spaces are valuable to Unity in terms of keeping in touch with the community during the pandemic?
What spaces you said? Sorry.
What spaces are valuable to Unity in terms of keeping in touch with the community with the pandemic? I mean, you did a lot of events, and now I think you do less events. So, which ones do
Yeah.
you think was important to keep?
Oh, I mean, so I would say, if I understood it well, like all events are important, and when you mean spaces, like let me think about a good answer, not just answering something, but like one of the biggest things, for Unit for sure is all the community we have around the world, right? I believe it's also what makes Unit so powerful today. So being in touch with everyone online is a challenge, for sure, because it's not the same thing. We don't have, the same time or same time zone, or even like it's harder to plan if you're not, face to face. But keeping touching with the community means not only being present at the same events, even online, but also more present, I believe, in social channels and spaces that were not so valuable before, but became valuable. An example again is Discord. I'm more in Discord than I was ever. So, and that is the same for the entire Unity community. Um, so I think that could be a long answer, but short answer is like every time we can be in touch with the community in an event, pretty much like this, what we're doing right now, we try to be there. If it's not me, we try to get someone to be there to talk with the community. And just an example, in GDC we have a virtual booth, and in the virtual booth we have a space for chat where people can send questions, and there are like more than 20 people from Unity, from different background, different areas, just to answer those questions. And questions like can be, from students, from people that just starting with Unity, and we get all those answered. So, yeah, maybe that answers your question, Vali.
Yes, yes, of course. Okay, now I have to do one question that I always
Yeah.
do to you and all the Argentinian people do to you. In case the pandemic, well, when the pandemic ends and the face-to-face events come back, are you going to carry out a Unity Developer Day in Argentina again? We are
Oh,
waiting for that.
so there are. I don't know. I mean, I don't know for actually all the events that we did in the past. It doesn't matter the country. We don't know. So I can't say or promise anything. But one thing, and I will say this. I think I can say this. But in our new work, we have a new work internally, and we are going to receive even better support for Latin America. So that includes Argentina for sure, and that means maybe we'll have even more events. But I can't promise because this new work is still going on. I can talk about it for sure. I don't know if there's someone from Unity hearing me, but I just saying a few things. But hopefully we'll get there. So sorry, I can't give you an exact answer, but yeah, it's in the plan, because we will have more support for Latin America, and maybe that means more developer days.
Nice, nice. And here in the chat, they are asking about the Unite or the Unites you used to do. Those were
Yeah,
huge events.
yeah. So it's the same answer. Really doesn't really matter the country. U.S., Canada, or the region like the MIA, whole Europe or Asia, doesn't matter. It all depends what will come next after this bad situation, which is the pandemic right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. Next question.
Yeah.
How do you see the Argentine video game industry and community compared to those in other countries?
Oh, this is very easy to answer, and from what I saw, from all the companies that I know, and with publishers, investors, the community, I think it's stronger than ever, especially with the work that you all are doing in there. And I'm not just because I'm at Unity, but I'm part of channels with some investors and publishers that I like to keep posted in every kind of news in the game industry. And it's just to give an example, when I talk about, okay, Latin America, what they're doing, what they're investing, there is always someone that comes, oh, I'm talking to this developer in Argentina, always. And it's usually it was a little bit, the number was higher in Brazil, but now actually it's more high in Argentina when we hear from some developer, when we're talking with a publisher, and we hear about someone developing something, and so I think this is really good news because as you said, I'm not going to the Argentina community anymore because of this pandemic stuff, but on the news and on inside those chats, we can see this that it evolved a lot. Also, I would like to say, Vale, that if anyone wants to discuss about this, the game industry, or our contacts with publishers and investors, besides even what we're doing here as Unity, you can also get in touch with me. I would love to give you some feedback and to discuss about this.
Awesome. That's great. Yes, I see that the Unity community in Argentina is getting bigger. I can see it from my place at the etermax too.
Oh, yes. And another example, actually, I'm receiving more emails from contacts in Argentina asking me, oh, do you know any kind of senior developer that develops in Unity? And right now I don't know any because everyone's employed or move it to another country. So yes, I see more opportunities for developers, Unity developers.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. Next one. Okay, this is a large one.
A larger.
We know
Okay.
that Unity has become a very powerful tool in the world of video games, but we also know that it is being used in different sectors, such as the automotive industry. In your opinion, which of these sectors will be revolutionized by Unity in the coming years?
Oh, okay. That's well. That I can answer, but that's a hard one. So,
Yes.
for example, automotive industry. So the top 10 automotives manufacturers in the world are using Unity right now. The top 10, the biggest ones, top 10 biggest ones are using Unity right now. All of them. So that means and Unity is for all what you can imagine about interactive or media interactive or digital experience, or integrating different solutions. So, for example, machine learning, AI, many of those companies are using Unity right now for those different solutions. So which sector will be revolutionized by Unity in the coming years? It's hard to tell, but I would say like for sure not just gaming. I can't say like it's going to be automotive, or manufacturers, or artificial intelligence. I don't know. The thing is, Unity is being used by all those industries, and because of the products and solutions we have, it's more easy than ever to become a developer that can touch all these different industries. So if you're passionate, not just about games, but some kind of different technology or industry, I really and strongly believe you can use Unity for that. But I don't know which one will be bigger or the biggest. Uh, in the gaming side, everyone knows like the games is very big, bigger than the movie industry and music industry. It's bigger than that already. And of course, mobile is a bigger part of that. And other industries, I think they will, we can see in the news, right? They're taking advantage more and more about AI, machine learning, and how we can connect people in digital environment. That means like augmented reality or virtual reality. So I think actually those technologies will become bigger, and all those industries will take advantage from those technologies. But how are they going to get connected? And I strongly believe Unity will play a big part on that. Like not only because I'm at Unity, but personally, I strongly believe this will take a big part. So sorry, I can't answer which one will be revolutionized, but I think
All of them.
yeah, each one of them will have their fair piece.
Yes, yes, of course. It's. I mean, I was thinking while you're talking Unity a lot of years ago when it was just for gaming, and a lot of things that you can do now with Unity is like amazing.
Yeah, and like just one thing to add to this, it's really nice, because sometimes even if you love games and you can find an opportunity because of anything, maybe experiencing, maybe just get started, maybe it doesn't have right now companies, but you can get started in other industries, using Unity, and it can be on the create side or the operation side. So you can get started at one of those industries, and they are becoming very strong. Actually they are already very strong, right? Automotive is very strong, always has been, but using like for example Unity or virtual reality or machine learning for that purpose in that industry is something that is growing, and Unity is part of that, and you can be part of that if you use such technology. So I think this is a great point that I would like just to say here, and for everyone that watched this to think about.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. One more.
Yep.
During the last year or 6 months, uh, what what has been the country that has increased the use of Unity the most?
The last 10 months, I I really don't know. I can't say that. What I can say is like from the last month meetings that I've been having around different communities and engaging, with developers. For sure, Asia, even they're already big, right? But they are
Yes.
becoming bigger, especially in not just China but other countries. I know they're becoming bigger. Also, with the pandemic, not only because of the pandemic, but I see more developers because everyone is online, so they are learning, and some of them already learned how to get better connected, working together online. You know, so that means, of course, more developers, more experiences, more projects, more everything, and this is also good because, like countries that are growing can have better, not better access. That is not the word, the good word, but I think they have more opportunities now. Because sometimes, for example, you're a small developer, you can't go to this GDC sometimes because of cost. It's just expensive. But now that it's online, maybe you can go. Maybe you can talk to investors. There are other ways for you to engage publishers, investors, and so on. So this created a lot of opportunities for small studios, for small developers, in countries that are sometimes hard to get access, to technology, to conference and events, because it can be for a number of reasons. It doesn't matter if it's political or what is the word, geography reasons. But anyway, so there are more opportunities for them. I don't know exactly which like top countries, but I know Asia grew a lot, and even small countries from Europe, and for sure Latin America, for sure, Brazil, Argentina. I know Mexico have a lot of good studios now growing. So yeah, not sure about 10, but those are the ones that I can answer.
Yes, I can see that in the Argentinian territory too. We at etermax are starting getting devs from all over the country, not just Buenos Aires as it was when we were going to the office. And we get the chance to know a lot of developers from another provinces. And it's great to know them and to give them the opportunity to work to a bigger company than the ones that they are in their cities.
Yeah, that's really great to hear.
Okay, here we have a question from the chat. I'll show it to you.
Yep.
It's more personal. What kind of education did you receive? Why did you choose to work at Unity? Did your basic education, your experience in other technologies influence that decision?
Oh yes, for sure. So I'm graduated in computer science.
Oh, like me.
Yeah, in Brazil, and but actually when I graduated and or when I was about to graduate, I didn't know about the game industry at all. Like I came from a small city, so small city means hard to get technology or hard to get no technology. Not today, but in our time. I mean, I'm older than you, Vale. I'm sure. So maybe in my time, and so when I graduated, I started to what I can do because I really wanted to create games from that time. And what I really wanted to do is what can I do to speed that up? Not really. I never had the intention to learn from scratch, everything from scratch. Oh, how can I create an engine? How like 3D works? How I can put that on screen and make it move from scratch? Although this is really good for coders and if you want to work inside, in the engine itself, how to develop an engine and stuff like that. But that was not my intention. So what I really want to do is how can I use something that will make my experience or my vision or my how can I tell my story? And so that's why when I discovered Unity, after I tried a lot of stuff, even an engine called it Torque. Not sure if anyone remember Torque, um, exploration engine. I don't remember now. And that I started to learn Unity. That was 10 years ago, more or less, and I never stopped it. So when I all the experience that I created with Unity, I've worked for different companies, developing different experiences, not just games. And then during that, I I really believe that this is going to grow more and more. Unity. And a few years ago, I'm almost 4 years at Unity. When I got the chance to work at Unity, and not only to work at Unity, and honestly, because it enables me to help developers, to this is one of the things that frustrated me in the past. Like, how can I know that? How I don't have any channels. I don't know where to get started. So I wanted to help developers to get started. So this is one of the things I choose to work at Unity, because it gives opportunity. It's not just because of the traveling. Traveling is good, but believe me, when you travel a lot, it doesn't become that good as anyone think it's good. It's really about how can help all the developers or companies to succeed and see that it's possible. And see that they can create a game, a good one, and release in the market. So really, really, that was my one of I can say inspirations to really accept and start at Unity. And the second part of the question, let me get here because it disappeared. And specifically, Oh, the specific need, is that the question? Specific need? Okay.
Yes.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah. So my position is pretty much like you need to know editor. You need to know how to create not only games but how to use editor in full potential, but also how can you present this and explain to people, not only of course in the way they will understand, but in a technical level. But at the same point, if you need to go more deeper into business level, or if you need to create this for something that just get someone that just getting started, or a big company that is already experienced it. So you need to have those, I don't know if that's skills, but you need to have those requirements or professional requirements to get to that. And for sure, you need to practice every day. Always learning. But yeah, I would answer that way.
Okay.
Yeah.
About that, how many years have you been working at Unity? No.
Oh, almost 4 years, like 3 years, more than a half. So July, I'll make 4 years. Yeah, July I'll make 4 years. But I started as the tech evangelist for Latam. Now I'm
Mm-hmm.
running the Americas team for. We are not evangelists anymore. We are advocates for the technical marketing. Yeah,
Yeah.
change it just a bit.
Here in the chat, they are asking about Kotlin. Are you planning on supporting another languages apart from C Sharp, like Kotlin, for example?
Not really, but there is. I remember that I saw, but I don't know if that was from community or officially from Unity. So I can say, but I saw Python that has some kind of support, but I don't remember if it's officially from Unity. So short answer is no. Long answer is maybe. That depends on a few things like we are working with some new technologies like dots, which is entirely in C sharp. Of course, behind C sharp, there's another level, for the programming part. But right now, no. It's just for now, just C sharp.
Okay. Okay, next question. Okay, you talk about this, so I'm going to ask this. We know that part of your role at Unity involves traveling a lot. How many countries did you visit thanks to your work?
I don't know. I have friends at
All of
Unity.
them.
No. So I have friends at Unity that they have a list of the place they've been to, but I never create a list. I don't know how many countries. More than 10 for sure, but but I don't know how many. The so Japan, for example, I never been into Japan. There's always, like, of course, there are many events at Japan, but
Yeah.
there were always like someone or a team that, oh, I'm already going there because everyone wanted to go to Japan. So so there was never an opportunity. Let's say like this. But yeah, like I think continents, almost all of them, and countries, more than 10 for sure. And I think this is one of the nicest part of this, because I know I said, and it's really, really true. If you ask for anyone that travels a lot, when you travel a lot, at some point is not the same experience. And of course, it's for work, is not the same experience as is for pleasure, right? So if you're going for work, there are a number of things you need to do. It's for work. Many times you don't have time to enjoy just knowing places. But it's good. Yeah, you get to know different cultures, and that's what I really like the most.
Awesome. Here at the chat, we have a questions of Martin. You know Martin.
Oh,
Which is the
Martin.
new yeah. Which is the new Unity feature that you are excited about?
Oh, for sure. Oh no, that's hard to answer now. But for me, in the past was dots for sure. Because of course, working at Unity, I know what the team's doing internally that we can publish publicly. So it's really exciting. But now it's the net code for not only for game objects but also for dots. So which actually be a bit of dots. because dots, like for now, okay, it's more for programmers, but it will also enable artists and game designers in the future. So don't worry about that if you're an artist or game designer. But dots will give you so much more, not only freedom but more power for you to design the way you plan your game, or more powerful, not abilities but tools to enable you to go bigger, faster, and stronger. When I mean stronger is on the graphics side, on the speed of developing. When I mean bigger is like you be able, not only if you're a small or a big company, but if you're small, you can create bigger games. You have more power on it. So I think, yeah, dots and netcode would be my answer. Yeah.
Awesome. Here we have another question from the chat. They're asking me, is shader graph is the same as Bolt?
If you mean like the principal way of designing, yes, but it's not the same. Or
it's for different things, from different uses.
Yeah, let me get a better answer. So shader graph, of course, is for shaders. So you're going to create all the shader effects and to work with your materials in Unity using shader graph. Bolt is not Bolt anymore. Now we call visual scripting, right? So I said it's similar because both you can use nodes to connect and create gameplay, to create actions, to create different kind of mechanics for your game. But shader graph is to work with the materials and more on the graphics part to create, again, visual effects to enable you to render your 3D or 2D solution. While both can help on this part for sure, but also you create all the gameplay elements and you can connect different kind of technologies to it. Like for example, if you I don't know, if you're using Photon, a network solution, you can integrate it to both. You can call different kind of APIs or libraries inside, and yeah, you don't need any kind of programming on both. So that's why I say it's similar, but they are not the same. Yep.
Cool.
I hope that answers.
Yes, I think it does. Here is another one.
Yep.
The new input system has not been very well received. Are you planning on doing some changes to it?
Oh yeah, there are on GDC. I think we already announced some changes, and it's a new system, so it's normal that we have some more strong feedback around it. I've been using a lot myself. It works much better than the old one for sure, but it's getting improved. We do have new updates. I do believe it was announced in GDC, some of these updates, and well, we'll get there. For not only for one platform, but for all platforms. And I think that's one of the biggest features of the new input systems that enables you to work with different platforms using just one kind of input, and it will work for different kind of controllers, keys, or keyboards, or whatever, without you having all the problems in the past about messing up with names and codes. It will all be inside the unit package. So yes, I can understand the strong feedback about this. Personally, I also gave some feedback internally about some of the problems we have, but it's going to get improved. Don't worry.
Cool. Now one of myself. Are you currently developing any game, like a personal project or something like that?
Oh, yes. So, as a game developer myself, I'm always developing something. I also tell the people inside Unity that, oh, this is the game I'm developing. I'm going to send you here a link. Feel free to share it if you want. But
Okay.
did you get it? The link?
Yes, I'm gonna send it.
So yeah, this is my game, and I don't think I need to say, but yes, I'm using Unity for this game. And one of the things, and surprisingly, people ask me more questions about. I have an investor. I have a publisher. I have a publisher. So people ask me, "Oh, how do you get a publisher?" More than the technical part, of course, but it is a big game. I'm developing this for more than a year. A year, yeah, almost a year and a half in my free time. So that's why it takes a while. But I do have a team working with me. I hired some friends as freelancers, and well, it's free time for everyone, so
Nice.
it's not full time. But it's a big game. It's a game about if you know the game Stardew Valley. So imagine Stardew Valley meets Moonlighter. Moonlighter is a game that during the day you have a shop. At night you can go to dungeons. Pretty much that's the
Nice.
pitch. And Stardew Valley is a game about farming, connecting with people and talking to them. So my game is about those two. You have your own property in an island. You can help the local community to, get tourists again because they live out from the tourists. And you have all the problems in a community. Oh, they have something. They always, each of them has a few problems. You can befriend them. You can engage into relationships. You can even have your own boat and visit different islands. So it has many of the gameplays that I love about those different games. While also you can go to caves and fight. It has more fights than Stardew Valley, but less than Moonlighter because it's not just about dungeons.
Mhm.
And all of that, on top of this, I got really inspired by the Zelda Link's Awakening graphics. The top-down cute graphic from Zelda. So it's a mix
Yeah.
of those. Yeah. So it's not released yet, but anyone can there's the Twitter in the page or subscribe, and then you can get more news from that. But I'm really happy with how the game is evolving. I do have a publisher. It's not public announced yet, so I can't say. But this is one of the things about helping the community, Vale, that I was talking to you. That if anyone wants to talk about this, it can be on a technical level. For example, I'm using URP, shader graph, terrain system. I'm using so many things at Unity. But also, if you want to know, what's the publisher you're working on how did you talk to them, how do you make pitches and stuff like that, I would love to help. Okay.
Awesome. I can wait to test the game. I follow the Twitter account.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I think if you like those games, you like this game. It's very playable already. It's just I can't say much, but it's very playable already.
Okay, that's good news. Okay, here we have another from the chat. What was the biggest and most challenging project you ever did?
Oh, it's the first one I released on Scene for sure, and I will never do that again. Um, I mean, I say like this because it was, let's say, a good nightmare. And when I say good nightmare, it was because we were very excited. It was just two persons. I was doing the coding pretty much. Let me. I will send you the link just this time, but I can send you the link of the game because you can have a very good laugh.
Okay. Can
Uh,
I share it in the
yeah,
chat?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. You can. This. Where is it? I've lost the chat. Okay. So
Okay.
that was, I mean, first public game release because I released games before, you know, but it was very much outsourcing and a lot of closed projects before. This one was public, so with my first company.
Mhm.
So me and my partner we developed this game. I created almost all the code, alone. So it was a nightmare. The investment was not too high, but it was a game that I really wanted to do, and that was the biggest challenge because you can see the game is not great, but it's big. It delivers what it promises. And if you check the gameplay, we had so many buzz around the game, and as you can see, many people can do a lot of videos like making fun of a lot of the features, and that's great, because there are a lot of fun elements in the game. But that was the biggest challenge for sure. Biggest challenge for coding, for technical part, challenge on the business side, challenge as a company, so challenging in every aspect. So that was the
Everything
biggest.
complicated.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, I see the video later.
That video is from PewDiePie, by the way.
Okay. It must be fun then.
Oh yeah, it's very good. I laugh a lot with this video. Trust me.
Okay, here is a touchy one. Unity encourages the use of coroutines, even for simple things like making an HTTP request. But there are third-party packages that help convert it to more common tools. What do you think of the use of observables or tasks? Could Unity give them more support? Observables like reactive programming.
Vale, can you hear me?
Yes?
Oh, sorry,
Can you use?
I lost you for 5 seconds or so.
Oh,
So
okay.
can you repeat? Sorry.
Yes, I repeat. I I will rephrase the question. I was talking about Unity encouraging the use of coroutines to
Hmm.
make all the asynchronic things like HTTP
Yep.
request and that. I was asking if do you think the use of observables or tags is
Hmm.
something that Unity is going to encourage? Observables like in reactive programming. Today
Mm.
it is something we use at etermax. We use it a lot, but it's like an external package. Not that Unity doesn't provide tutorials or nothing about that
Uh-huh.
kind of programming.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how to answer that. I can answer that the reason to make tutorials and talk about coroutines and all that stuff. It's first because it's easy and works for pretty much most of the developers, because of their solutions and their projects. But of course, we understand that more games that requires a bigger challenge on the technical side, and also when you need the most of the performance, the most of the graphics, then you need better tools, you need better ways of coding. But I don't know how to answer that, if Unity has plans to implement or how to make it better. But I would love to hear even more. I don't know who made the question, but I would love to hear more feedback, because this is especially if it's something for example, Vale, you already told me you use a lot, in your company. So
Yeah.
if the community is asking for that, this is a good way for me to providing feedback internally and see how can we not only learn from this, but also research and see if that's something that the community is asking a lot. So that is a really good point. And yeah, please let me know. Maybe also you can, who asked the question can get my contact, and we can also discuss how, because I don't know how to answer that. I don't know if it's happened or not. I don't know. That's not something I use personally a lot. So I don't have how to answer you properly.
Okay. Okay.
But we can follow up.
Nice. Okay. We'll talk later then.
Thank you.
Here we have one of the chat a little spicy. I've seen.
No worries.
Do you think the games that are made 100% from free assets bundles and get published in Steam with bad reviews impact the company negatively?
Well, I'm going to answer this in both way, in two ways. One as a developer, and one as someone that works at Unity. Okay, so as a developer, maybe it can hurt the company for sure. Like, when you see a lot of games being released with the same assets every time, or assets that are really not good, you maybe have a bad impression. You know, but at the same point, as a developer and as a player now, I don't see games by the platform or the tool, but how, if it's the genre or the game I like. And as a developer, if I see something that is bad or that is good, doesn't matter, it can be bad or good, I try to go for the technology and see, okay, what this is really doing. Like, like any kind of other technology, like for example, RPG Maker. I love our RPG Maker. I really like it. I started to develop games with RPG Maker, and it has its purpose, and it's meant for one thing, and it works if you make it in a good way. So that's my answer as a developer. So the answer is, I don't care, as long as when I check, I see, okay, there are people that I can hire that use this technology. There are people that is actually using to have really good big games, and games that are a success. So that means the technology was proven. And also the last thing I check is how easy it is to me to get started, prototype, and then maybe scale. You know, because one of the biggest I don't see developers, many developers checking is how fast and with quality can I scale up my game. By scale, I mean I have a prototype. How can I make this bigger without losing years? Because I prototype in 1 week, but it's a mess of the platform is a mess. I can't scale. You know, so that's all the things I check as a developer. And as a Unity, as a Unity collaborator or someone that works for Unity, uh, my answer is very simple. So I think we see many games that can be bad or weird with using free assets. It's because Unity enabled so many developers to develop games that now, if anyone that has a good vision, a good will, or just dream of developing a game, it's possible because of Unity. So I like to see the good way instead of the bad way. Of course, we're going to see more bad games with Unities because 50% of the market is from Unity. So if you're going to see more, more of those games with Unity because 50% of the market is from Unity. I mean, for all platforms, For mobile games, as I said, it's even bigger, 70%. So if you see a bad game in mobile, it can be in Unity because the share of the market is bigger for Unity. So don't just go for these numbers. Is the same way of, maybe a game that is very realistic is better. No, what is the experience the game is delivering? What are you looking for in that game, or what you looking for, that technology that makes your type of game stands out. So that is my answer, as someone that works for Unity. And Unity does deliver, high quality games. Unity can enable you to create high quality games. It will just depends on you. It's pretty much not on Unity side because someone got free asset and create a game that you don't like. And in the other hand, just to finalize my answer and to finish my answer, maybe a game that you don't like, it was something that just started for someone that was dreaming from it, and now enable them to do something better. They learn from it, now they can better. So there are always two sides of the story. And that's why I also like to see, okay, what the people are doing with that. So yeah, it's a long answer, but hopefully maybe it answered a little bit.
Yes, also you can have a game with the best assets and the best graphics you ever seen, but if the game have bugs or if it has a bad game design, the game is going to have bad reviews anyway. So the assets are not everything.
Yeah. So check. Do you all remember No Man's Sky? How it was during the launch?
Mm-hmm.
I really liked the game. I was one of the not fanboy, but I was one of the people that I really liked the game, but it was very bad on reviews. People saying really bad things. But the game had good graphics, good gameplay. Even so, was a bad game for many people. Because of course, because they promised something, and that there are a lot of things that we can discuss on that. But yeah, as you said, Vale, I totally agree. Graphics can speak for itself, nor gameplay. Sometimes if you create a bad gameplay and a good gameplay but does require good graphics, maybe it's going to have a bad impression. So it all depends on the product that you want to create.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, I think that's all the questions I had. I don't know if the chat wants to make another questions. While we wait, I will do an announce in Spanish about the next chapter of the etercoding, so I'll talk in Spanish a little.
Okay, just one thing.
Yeah.
For the people that everyone, that I think it's very good for developers and people to ask hard questions. Because first, easy questions you can get answered in the internet, right? You can get answered anywhere. The hard questions sometimes is hard for us to find answers. So don't worry if you want to ask something about Unity, about any other platform, or why Unity? It's like one of the biggest questions. I would just leave it here because I don't have an answer. Why Unity logo is everywhere. And when I see a really good game, Unity logo is not there. So there are a number of reasons for that. Okay, so don't worry about asking questions that you think it's hard. There are no bad questions. There are no hard questions. There are just questions that was not answered yet. Okay, so part of my job is to try to get that questions answered. But if I can't, I can promise you that if you follow up, we can go and try to find that answer together. Okay, so don't worry. Always ask. My biggest fear in my life is, dying without something that I wanted to do, but I could never, but I didn't do because of I was shy or something like that. So don't hold answers. Just ask them away.
Yes, I agree with all of that. Yes, of course.
Yeah.
If everyone did the same questions once, I mean, every time the same questions, it would be boring. So it's nice to have this kind of questions. Yeah. Okay, with an announcement now, paso a español. Para avisarles mientras pueden seguir haciendo preguntas y mientras las hacen, para avisarles que el jueves que viene no se pierdan el próximo etercoding, donde vamos a tener a Analia Pasquini, a Gustavo Furini, Anita y Furia, bastante conocidos los dos acá en la comunidad argentina, que van a estar haciendo entre los dos un juego simple, pero más que nada para mostrar cómo es la interacción entre una artista, diseñadora, integradora y un programador, y cómo entre los dos van armando todas las pantallas en Unity para que salga el juego. Okay, the announcement is ready.
Ok, no, yo puedo completarlo un poco. Sí, pero muchas gracias también por su tiempo, por todo el tiempo de todos. Voy a practicar más español o castellano, pero es difícil porque todo el día estoy con inglés, mucho más de que portugués también, mucho más inglés do que todo. Entonces es un poco difícil para mí recordar todo con castellano. Perdón por eso, pero sí podemos intentar hablar más después. Okay, muchas gracias.
Estuvo muy bien ese español, igual ese castellano.
Ok.
You were very good.
Gracias.
Okay, I think we don't have any more questions. So here they are saying excelente español, so you're good with the Spanish. Thank you very much again, Alex, for being here, for joining us every time we invite you to join us.
Muchas gracias.
That's it. Thank you, and I hope this pandemic goes away soon, and I can see you again in face-to-face in an event with a beer in my hand. I hope to live that again.
Yeah, no, thank you, Vale, and thank you, everyone. I really wish all the best for you, Vale, everyone that is online, everyone at Argentina. Stay safe and take care. This pandemic, this COVID thing is not going away now, but more patience, and then maybe we can get all back to it. But to get back to it, we need to stay healthy. So take care. Okay, and thank you again for. It's always a pleasure to talk with you. You know that I miss a lot our times together, the good laughs. Martin also the time with him and everyone at etermax. It's always a pleasure. So thank you and stay safe in there. Okay.
You too. Stay safe and thank you. Bye, everyone.
Bye.